Hello everybody, good afternoon. It is Friday. We're gonna make something very yummy today. Let's see who's live with me. Anybody? Not quite yet. Thomas, yay! Hi Thomas. On time as usual. How are you doing, Thomas? I hope you had a great week. We're gonna have a long weekend with Memorial Day being on Monday. Hi Nan, how is it going? Hi Tim. All right. Good deal, everybody. So we're gonna make something today that could be a perfect alternative to us not being able to grill for Memorial Day if it's kind of rainy, because we've been seeing the forecast, right, with some rain coming up this weekend. So if it's rainy outside and we can't grill, then we could totally make that instead. Hi Erin, how are ya? These brownie chocolate balls you made were so good. Are there any left? Are there any left of these brownie balls? Because this would be something fun for this weekend for Memorial Day. Hi Richie, how are ya? Thank you so much for joining me today. We're gonna get going. Hi Jared, long time no see Jared. We're gonna get going pretty soon. Hi Trevon, how is it going? How is it going, everybody? All right, so we're gonna make something in between of sloppy joe and a Philly cheesesteak, sorry. So something in between. We're going to use the ground meat and kind of tomatoey sauce that comes with the sloppy joes, and then we're gonna add some sauteed peppers and onions. So that's gonna be kind of the Philly cheesesteak side of the sandwich today. And you guys can serve this in a hamburger bun, or you can use an Italian roll, just like as if you're making the Philly cheesesteaks. So let's see who else is there. Hi Shelby, hi Patrick, how is it going? Hi Gal. All right guys, okay, so let's see what we need for today, okay? As far as ingredients, I'm gonna use maybe a little bit over a pound of ground turkey. Okay, so that's gonna be the main ingredient. And as I said, we're gonna use a bell pepper and an onion. So that's gonna be kind of the contribution of the Philly cheesesteak to the recipe. We're gonna use maybe about 3 garlic cloves. Hi Jake. Okay, so maybe three garlic cloves. Probably about half of this can of tomato sauce. I think it's a 15-ounce can, but we'll probably use half, okay? I'm gonna use about a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Hola Daniela! Okay, and then as far as just the flavorings, freshly ground black pepper, and I've got some salt over here. Of course, a little bit of olive oil, right? We're gonna use it to saute the vegetables first, and then we're gonna use a little bit for the ground turkey. And then an unusual ingredient for kind of making these recipes is a baking soda. So we're going to use a little bit of baking soda. We're going to mix it with the ground turkey, and that's gonna kind of change the texture a little bit. It would make things kind of softer and not dry, because when we work with these ground meats, sometimes you know, things could kind of get dried out. But this is gonna be like super moist and kind of fluffy. So I do use a little bit of baking soda or baking powder even when I'm making meatloaf, and just kind of, you know, makes things fluffy, because sometimes, you know, I tend to kind of maybe press it too much or roll it, you know, longer, and that could make the ground meat texture a little bit dense. So this is going to be very airy and fluffy. Hi Miss Audrey, hi Amy, hi Lyndon, hi Miss Allie, how is it going? All right guys, okay, so this is what we're gonna do first, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm missing the utensils. Okay, so I've got a can opener, right? We need to open this can of tomato sauce. I'm gonna use my kitchen whisk, you know, the one usually I use for baking, to kind of break the meat. You know, I don't like big clumps of meat when I'm cooking ground turkey or so, ground beef. This is my spoon to stir. Of course, I have measuring spoons. We're not really gonna use measuring cups today, just because about like the only thing that we need to measure with a cup is just the tomato sauce, but we're gonna kind of eyeball it and just go with half of that. And then of course I've got a big cutting board, I've got a knife. I do have a spare container. Once we saute the vegetables, I'm going to transfer them in here. And after that, we're going to add the ground turkey. And then the main cooker today would be the Instapot. So I'm going to bring it in just a couple of minutes. But Instapot and just a few small utensils. So it's going to be kind of like a one pot wonder. So keeping things less complicated and clean right in the kitchen. That's one of my less favorite things, just to clean up if I've made a big mess. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add about a tablespoon or so of water and about a half a teaspoon of baking soda to the ground meat. And we're going to mix that, and we're going to kind of let it sit for about 15 minutes, just enough time for us to saute the vegetables. Okay, so I'm going to dissolve actually the soda and the water, and then just pour it over and just use my hands to mix things, okay? All right, so here's just a little bowl. Okay, I'm gonna add about a half a teaspoon of the baking soda, okay? Just because I have only about a little over a pound of ground turkey, okay? And just about a tablespoon of water, so just tap water. So here's 1 tablespoon of water. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of mix things. Hi Ryan. Hello everybody. Okay, all right, so you guys can see, right? Just a little bit. And I'm just gonna pour it over and mix. Okay, I'm just gonna pour it over and mix. This is not going to change how things taste. It's just going to help the mixture to be just really kind of moist and not dry and fluffy, of course. Okay, all right, so just mixing this real quick, okay? Just careful not to over mix, as I said. Sometimes I tend to do that, okay? But there it is. Okay, so things are mixed. Okay, I'm just gonna let it sit now while we cook the vegetables. Okay, so here, I'm putting it here on the side. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel, trim, and kind of slice, not too thin, the onion. And I'm going to do the same thing with the bell pepper. And I have an orange one. So usually, I think when you order a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, you get like the green bell pepper. But hey, they're all bell peppers, so any one that you have, okay? I do have an orange one for this purpose today. So I'm just gonna wash my hands just because I handle the raw meat. I'm gonna wash my hands with soap and water. Okay, all right, and then we're going to prep our vegetables. Okay, and of course I'm gonna bring the Instapot over. Okay, all right, bringing the Instapot over, and then we're gonna get cooking. Okay, so here is the Instapot. I'm gonna go ahead and plug it in. Okay, all right, there it is, okay? And then I'm going to prep the veggies. Okay, so just trimming the ends, right? And then we're going to remove the first layer, right? Okay, there it is. Okay, and I have a garbage bowl in the sink as well. And then with the bell pepper, I'm gonna cut it in the middle so that we can remove the core and the seeds. Okay. I've already washed these before we started, so these have been previously washed. Okay. Alright, so there's 1/2. Okay, seeds removed. Okay, and here is the second half. Okay. So one thing also when we work with bell peppers, they kind of have like these little membranes here. You guys see them? They're kind of like a lighter color, sometimes kind of whiter, and I like to remove these as well. So the easiest way to do that would be to just kind of cut the bell pepper around, okay, and with the knife we just go and cut these out. Okay, all right, so there it is. It's nothing wrong with it, it's just for presentation, and it's kind of like maybe a little not rubbery, but more like of a foamy kind of texture, so I like to remove these as well. Okay, so these are going in my garbage bowl, and I see one more over here, so I'll do that. Okay, so here's another one. Okay, all right, and that way it will be easier also to slice the bell peppers. Okay, so here are a couple more on this half. Okay, we're going to remove these. All right, okay, and the last one, and we'll be ready to start slicing. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn now the Instapot. I'm gonna use the saute option at first, okay, and I'm gonna do high heat, and I'm going to add at first maybe about a couple of tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, so let me dry my spoon here. Okay, so about a couple of tablespoons. Now we're going to add maybe a couple more when we start sauteing the ground turkey. Okay, so there it is. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and slice these. They don't have to be super thinly sliced. Okay, maybe about 1/8 of an inch or so. Okay, all right, and it's easier because of the skin on the bell peppers. It's just easier if the skin is down and you slice through the inside. Okay. All right. There it is. Okay, almost done with the bell pepper. So we got one bell pepper and one onion to slice. So not a whole lot of veggie prep today. Okay. And of course we're gonna get the help from the Instapot. So a double win. Okay, all right guys, so there they are. Bell peppers are going in there. Okay, we're gonna saute the bell peppers and the onions at the same time. Okay, all right, and now I'm gonna slice the onion. Okay, so cut side down, right? That way it's stable and it's not rolling. Okay, so slicing it, we're gonna slice it about the same thickness as the bell pepper, right? Okay, since they're gonna be served in the same dish, it's just nice that they're all kind of, you know, cut the same. All right, so there goes the onion, and I'm starting to hear a little bit of sizzle. So it's gonna take maybe not even 10 minutes for us to kind of saute the vegetables. They don't have to be all the way cooked. We just need to kind of get them a little bit soft and get some color to them. Okay, it's always nice to have a little bit of bite on the veggies. Okay, so at first I'm going to use my spoon to stir. Okay, so you have to stir. Okay, all right, and I have it on high heat. Okay, so vegetables are cooking. Okay, we're going to saute the peppers and the onions first, and then once we start cooking the meat, we're going to add the garlic. So not quite yet. So the garlic is going to get cooked with the ground turkey. Okay, so in the meantime, we can go ahead and open our tomato sauce. Okay, just kind of saving some time, right? Just doing a few more things while we're in waiting. Hi, Becca. Welcome to my cooking lesson. Okay, so opening the can of tomato sauce. And again, we're only going to use about half of it. Okay, some recipes for Sloppy Joes would ask for ketchup, so that's one option. But for today's recipe, I'm just going to use just regular plain tomato sauce. Oh, actually, I did find some Sloppy Joe recipes with barbecue sauce, so there's so many variations of the Sloppy Joe recipe. Okay, so done with the tomato sauce. Okay, and then I'm gonna go ahead and probably get a 2 to 3. There you go. I got 3 garlic cloves, kind of more on the medium size. So I'm gonna go ahead and peel these as well. Okay, vegetables are cooking. If the heat is too high, we can definitely go ahead and turn it down to maybe a medium or even low heat. I probably would do that in just a moment. Okay. So just give them a stir from time to time. Okay. So I've got one garlic clove peeled. I've got two more, so I'm just gonna kind of squish them first with my fingers, and then the peel comes off much easier. Okay, give them a twist too. Sometimes if we have lots of garlic cloves to peel, we can use hot water, hot boiling water, and let them sit in the boiling water for just a couple of minutes. Okay. But today we only need 3, so all good. Okay, so there it is, it's peeled. And I'm going to trim this end over here where the roots were, just very slight trim. Okay. And these would be diced, or minced actually, small as you can. Okay. Alright, giving the vegetables another stir. Okay, you can tell now that they're getting softer, and I can smell. Smell is so good when we cook onions and peppers and all these good vegetables. Okay. Hi, Miss Olivia. How is it going? You are right, Olivia. Garlic is so good. It's one of my favorite things to eat or cook with. I like it raw, and I like it cooked with different meat or vegetables. Oh, garlic bread sounds really good too. Alright, so just giving it a fine chop here. Okay, so 3 garlic cloves. Or even if you have a garlic press, you can use the garlic press. Okay, so I'm on my last garlic clove. Okay, so there it is, that's it. As far as our prep, this is all we needed today. So actually we're probably going to go ahead and put the knife away as well. We're finished with it. Okay, alright, so let's check again. Ooh, looking so good. I'm getting some aromatherapy over here, standing by the pot. So good. Okay, alright guys, I'll tell you what, I think this is all the vegetables needed, and I'm going to carefully transfer them in this container here. Okay, it's just the vegetables, right? Look at this gloss on the vegetables. More scoops. Okay, so all the peppers and onions are coming into this dish. And we're going to save them for when we have the meat cooked. Okay. Just a few stubborn onions over here. Okay. Alright, and I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons more of the olive oil. And then we're going to add the ground turkey now that has been sitting with the baking powder and the tablespoon of water we added. Okay. Okay, alright, I think I got everybody out. Okay. Alright, so it's going to come over here on the side. And I'm actually going to close it just to keep it warm. Alright, so 2 more tablespoons of olive oil. Okay, hi Brady, how is it going? Are you getting ready for when the pool opens? Is this what you were saying, that it's gonna be soon? All right, so there it is. A couple of more tablespoons of olive oil, and I'll be very careful now adding the meat, just because this is a hot pot. So here, a nice sizzle, okay? And as I said, I like to use a whisk, okay? Just, or if you have like some kind of meat, what is it called? I'm not sure. Something to break up the meat, okay? So I'll just use that and just kind of stir and try to break up the meat. Okay, no big clumps here. Okay. So we're gonna cook the meat first. Okay, we're gonna cook the meat first, and then we're going to add the tomato sauce, some seasonings, and maybe like we can do the pressure cooker option on the Instapot for maybe 10 minutes or so, just to kind of get the mixture very creamy. Okay, it doesn't take too long for the meat to cook, but we are looking for this consistency, right, of the meat mixture for sloppy joes. Even though the meat can kind of clump in here, it's okay. Once it starts cooking, it's gonna all just you know, come off, and then occasionally you can give it a nice stab. It just does that because, you know, the meat is still raw. And so what was for lunch, Miss Olivia? What was for lunch? I hope you had a good lunch today. All right, so this actually would be my lunch, the sloppy joes. So I'm still keeping the pot on high heat. You don't want the pot right now to be on lower heat. We need to get a nice browning on the ground meat. Okay. So just keep stirring. Ooh, McDonald's for lunch. All right, that sounds good. I actually do have a nice article in my newest Food Network about hamburgers, and they were rating different hamburgers, and there is a quiz. I think you look at the picture and you have to guess, you know, where this hamburger comes from. So, okay, all right. So still cooking the meat, trying to break up all these lumps. So most sloppy joes are probably made with ground beef, but I usually use ground turkey. I prefer ground turkey, so that's why I'm using ground turkey today. But if you guys would make these at home, and you have ground beef, absolutely. Okay. Okay, you guys can see now the turkey is cooking, right? But still trying to break up the lumps. And that big lump in here, it's cooperating, I promise. So when I was looking at the recipe for today, and kind of like I was curious to see what the history was behind sloppy joes, this is a dish that is invented here in the States in the early 20th century, and the traditional ingredients are the ground beef with ketchup and that hard sauce to pronounce, Worcestershire sauce. Okay, so these are the main ingredients there, and of course a hamburger bun. So, and then there's so many variations. Like there were some with chorizo, there were some with there's a deli version with different sliced meats and even like a Russian dressing. So I think somewhere up on the northeast coast in New York, I think that's kind of their version, and they still call it sloppy joes. So lots of different recipes. There were even some in Vietnamese cuisine, and I think I found one in from India too. So it was kind of interesting to see, that there's something similar to what we make here, the sloppy joe, all over the world. So it's a very popular recipe. And then, of course, when you look up something, it kind of helps you see like other similar dishes. So similar things to sloppy joes was the Philly cheesesteak, which kind of we're making something in between shepherd's pie, meatloaf, all that. So it sounded pretty good. Okay. And also, I was thinking, if it's raining, you can totally make that if you're not able to grill this weekend. I do have a plan B too. I bought some ribs today as well. So if the weather is nice outside, we can grill. If not, then we can make these things in here. So Olivia, how does Mom make sloppy joes? Ooh, what do you mean white sauce? More like of a Alfredo or bechamel sauce or something? That sounds really good. Or even I'm thinking we can make like a Tex-Mex version and maybe like do some white queso with green chilies. What do you guys think? Oh, Thomas, also for today's recipe, one of the optional ingredients was pepper flakes. So if you are to make this recipe, it calls for about a teaspoon of pepper flakes. So it's gonna have like a nice kick, right? Since you like spicy, but I'm not going to put pepper flakes today. I'm just going to keep it more on the plain side. There's this big lump in there, so I'm going to give it a gentle push where it needs to come out. Okay. All of these ground turkey bits need to be nice and brown. Okay, so there you go. So now it looks like it's mostly cooked, right? The mixture looks mostly cooked, but we're going to continue to cook it a little bit longer. There's a little bit of moisture I could see on the bottom of the pan, and I would like to get a little bit of a color to the ground turkey before we add the tomato sauce and the seasonings, and we kind of cook it under pressure for about 10 minutes or so. We're cooking here, and I'm also going to show you my version of hamburger buns. So earlier today I started making some really fluffy dinner rolls. Okay, so I have two of these pans. I've got about 18 of these, and they're proofing, they're rising. So before we finish with our dish today, you guys are going to help me bake these as well. So they still need a few more minutes. Okay, they've got to rise a couple of times. One time is a big dough bowl, and the second time is I have to form them in little balls, and then they rise for another hour. Hi, Miss Renee, how is it going? Okay, Miss Olivia, you have to ask Mom what her recipe is for the sauce. I'm very curious. Hi, Lauren. It just never crossed my mind that we can make that with white sauce, but it sounds absolutely delicious. So would like to get that recipe and try it as well. This one today, it's kind of more of the traditional one. It just uses just regular tomato sauce. Okay. All right, still in high heat. Would like to get a little bit of a golden color, so maybe I will kind of let it cook without me stirring. Okay. One of these here is stubborn. Come on. Okay, all right, there it is. Lauren, so since we've kind of been on a breakfast for dinner wave, I'm gonna make baked donuts on Wednesday. So on Monday we won't have a lesson because it's Memorial Day, but on Wednesday I'm gonna make baked low-carb donuts. I have the cutest mini donut pan and I have to make these donuts. So I will make these on Wednesday. Alright, so here browning the turkey. Okay. So what plans do you guys have for Memorial Day? Anybody doing anything fun for Memorial Day? Alright, so I'll cook this for a few more minutes and then add the garlic. So I was thinking, okay, if on Saturday it is nice, we might go again fossil hunting because they're saying for sure it's gonna rain on kind of Saturdays probably our only chance. We're going to a different spot for fossil hunting, so hopefully we do find something fun like we have so far. I saw some posts on Facebook that people had found mammoth tusks. Can you believe that? Mammoth tusks and arrow tips from like old times when people have been hunting with bows and arrows. So my husband's goal is to find an arrow tip, so that will be interesting. So hopefully it's our day tomorrow to find something like that. Ooh, yes, Richie, hamburgers. Ooh, I'll tell you what, last night I was watching a video and they made the hamburger patty and they cut with like a cookie cutter, like a biscuit cutter. They cut the middle part out of it and they cracked an egg. So you kind of have like a hamburger ring and then in the middle you have an egg. I do like a kind of like a sunny side egg on my hamburger. Hi Amanda, Eric, and Miss Barb. How's it going? Okay, alright, so you guys can hear now the sizzle. That means that the moisture has evaporated. So hopefully in the next few minutes we'll get some nice browning here on the ground turkey. Okay. So just give it a stir from time to time. That way we don't get anything to kind of stick to the bottom. Okay. Alright. So Thomas, what you've been staying all day and all night? Oh my gosh, you are turning into a night owl. So we probably have to change that before we go back to school. I think you'll be really sleepy when we go back if you're gonna be staying up so late. So I'm thinking for Memorial Day. So this is one option that I could make, and also the ribs. But I'm going to bake the ribs. I do have barbecue sauce, and I might make like a couple of sides that are kind of Bulgarian recipes. So I'm doing like an American Bulgarian Memorial Day. So okay, Miss Allie, 8 days before your birthday. So what are the plans for your birthday? Let me think. Okay, you're gonna get either a unicorn or a Hello Kitty birthday cake. Or am I right? Am I right? To dry it out. Okay, so I'm going to do medium heat. Okay, so medium heat here. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and add the garlic. And the garlic just needs to cook in there just for a few seconds. Okay, I could hear the beep. That means that the heat is going to low. Strawberry cake, like meaning with like fresh strawberries, or it's going to look like one big strawberry. Maybe both. Hi Georgie, how is it going? Hi Sakar. Okay, Tim is gonna have a cookout. That sounds great. Okay, alright, so there I added the garlic, okay? So this just needs to cook just for a few seconds. Okay, and then afterwards we're going to add our tomato sauce. Okay, so we can actually go ahead and do some salt now. I'm gonna add just about a teaspoon of salt. Okay, just a teaspoon of salt. And just a few rounds of fresh black pepper. We can always season things again once we, at the end, once we taste, okay? But to start with, we just go with a little bit, okay? And then here is my Italian seasoning. Okay, so I'm gonna use about a teaspoon, or maybe just a little less, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon, so a teaspoon is not full. Okay, and you guys could see, I still see, these are the little dried oregano, so I'm gonna kind of rub it in between my fingers, just to kind of break it up a little bit, right? Okay. Alright, so I'm just crumbling. Strawberry cake with lemon. Oh, this sounds a wonderful combination. Any kind of these berries with lemon sounds so good. Yesterday, Nicole had a blueberry lemon cake, which was really good. So it sounds like the perfect kind of spring/summer cake. Wonderful. Okay, all right, guys. So we added all of our flavorings in there, and it smells so good with the Italian seasoning. I'm gonna go ahead and add about half of the can. Okay, half of the can. Okay. Smells so good. I kid you not. Okay, so maybe I'll add a tad more, actually. Okay, maybe just a little bit more. Okay, there you go. And I'm going to close now the lid and lock it and do the pressure cooker option for about 10 minutes or so.
Look at my dragon.
Very nice, Julia.
It's a puppet. I made it as
a puppet dragon. Sounds really good. Okay, so I'm turning off the heat since we were using the saute option. I'm gonna get the big lid here. Okay, fit it in. Okay, all right, so lock it, and then we're gonna do the pressure cooker option for about 10 minutes or so. We do want kind of things to fall apart, right? So we want like this creamy, saucy mixture for sloppy joes. Okay, so in the meantime, we can kind of clean things a little bit. I am going to save the flavorings here just in case we need to add more, but I can put the tomato sauce away and I can put the olive oil away. Okay, we're finished with these. Okay, I'm putting this in the fridge and this in my cupboard. And then what we could do next is we can go ahead and preheat the oven and bake our kind of dinner roll / hamburger buns for our sloppy joes today. Okay, I'll show you again how they looked. I have both of the pans here. Okay, this is how they're looking. Okay, I've got 2 of these pans, and it takes about 20 minutes for them to cook. So we're gonna go ahead and preheat the oven to 350. And then the other thing we could do in the meantime is I'm gonna melt a little bit of butter, and then we can glaze these with butter. That would be so good. I'm going to do a little bit of melted butter and heavy cream as a glaze on the dinner rolls. So these will be kind of like my hamburger buns for the sloppy joes. Okay, so we could do this really quickly. Okay, so I'm gonna use maybe about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, and we're gonna melt it in the microwave. So let me get a little bowl for that. I'm gonna use my pastry brush, okay, to brush the butter and the cream. Okay, so actually this is 4 tablespoons. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a couple at first. Okay, so it has to be completely melted. Okay, so that's about a couple of tablespoons. Okay, all right, so break it up in little pieces, that way it just melts faster. Okay, we just need maybe 20 seconds or so on it in the microwave. So we'll brush them with butter first, and do a second coating of heavy cream. So it's gonna be like nicely browned and very buttery. So really good. I'm very excited about these. Okay, so there's the butter. It's ready. Actually, it did not melt completely, so I'm going to give it a few more seconds. Okay. Oh, and then also I forgot to tell you guys, right, when we do the pressure cooker, the valve here needs to be in the middle where it says sealing. Otherwise, it's not gonna cook under pressure. So we'll do that. It's right in the middle there. Check on the butter again. Hopefully, it's ready this time. Hey. All right, there it is. So it took about 40 seconds or so. You guys can see it's just barely melted. That's all we need. Okay, and I'm gonna do pan by pan. Okay, so when we work with yeast, okay, this is a live culture that's used mostly when we bake bread, and in some cases when we make a cake. Some of these kind of crumb cakes or monkey bread, okay, cinnamon rolls, okay, these are some recipes that use yeast. When the yeast gets mixed with all the rest of the ingredients, it kind of makes the dough rise, okay, so it gets bigger, right, bigger and bigger. So usually there are 2 kind of phases of rising. Okay, the first one is when the dough is just in a big ball, okay, and it takes probably anywhere between an hour and 2 hours. It needs to rise in a warm place. Sometimes I let it rise in the microwave, sometimes I let it rise on the counter. There are times for some recipes that you can preheat the oven to kind of low temperature, and then turn it off and put the dough in there. Okay, so that's kind of actually speeding the process. It takes less time. And then the second phase is once you kind of form the dough, okay, into the shape you are looking for. So for instance, for the monkey bread, it's going to be like these little bitty dough balls. And then, you know, if you're making a loaf of bread, it will be just one kind of rectangular piece. So just different recipes call for different shapes and sizes. So this one is just like a dinner roll size. So, you know, I made about 16 or so of these. Okay, so there it is, the first coating. Okay, look how shiny they are. So good, right? They were little bitty balls when I put them in the pan, and look, they're kind of like touching each other right now. Okay, and there's one more pan. Okay, so here's the second pan. Okay, so I'm gonna brush these with butter. And then if we have any leftover butter, we can give them one more glaze after they come out of the oven. So they're getting all these yummy coatings of butter and cream. Okay, and then my favorite part is to eat them while they're still hot. But they keep beautifully on the counter for a few days or in the fridge, just as long as they're covered. Okay. And I know that a lot of the recipes have tips on how to freeze these. Okay, if you can't eat all of them, you can freeze them, but these would be good if we're having some kind of get-together, like a cookout, like what Tim was saying. Okay, this would be really good, just because we have about 16 of these. So that's good enough, right? That's a good enough number, right? If we have a gathering. Okay, so this is the first coating. Okay, it was with butter, okay? And then we'll do the second coating with heavy cream. Okay, so my oven takes about 10 minutes to preheat. So by the time we give these rolls the coatings, it would be time for us to go ahead and put them in the oven. So I'm gonna pour just a little bit of heavy cream, okay, in there. We're just gonna do little by little, okay? So I'm gonna start with a little bit, maybe about a tablespoon or so, okay? All right, so do the same thing very gently. Okay, brush the tops. Okay. Okay, so the timer now is on, okay, on the sloppy Joe mixture. It's gonna take about 10 minutes or so. Okay, so almost finished with the first pan of dinner rolls, and then we'll move on to the second one. Okay. Very gently. These are so fluffy. We can't put any pressure on them, or we'll squish them. Okay. So about a tablespoon or so of cream on top of each one for each pan. Okay, there it is. Okay, how they're looking. Look, very good. Okay, so now on to the second one. Okay, I'm just going to put a few more drops of heavy cream in here. Just a few more drops. Okay. All right, and let's do the second pan. Okay, very gently. I'm doing this very gently. Okay, trying to cover as much as we see on the top and on the sides. Okay, just gonna give it a nice color, and they're gonna be extra delicious. Okay, almost finished there. Okay, just 3 more. Okay, and then they take about 20 minutes or so to bake in the oven at 350. So they'll be ready in no time. Kind of like almost sloppy joes and dinner rolls ready at the same time. That's good timing, almost perfect timing on our side. Okay, all right guys, so I'm gonna actually save the brush and use it when the dinner rolls come out, so that we can give them a second coating of melted butter. I'm gonna put this one back in the fridge and the heavy cream, and we have about 7 more minutes left on the sloppy Joe mixture. Okay, so cleaning up these couple of things here. And just waiting on the oven to get preheated to 350, and then we're gonna bake these, and we're gonna be ready for lunch or for Memorial Day or the weekend or any of these things we're looking forward to. So, all right, just any moment now, okay, on the oven. And I had them covered with a nice tablecloth just to kind of keep them warm. Okay, so anytime we work with yeast likes, first it likes sugar. Okay, it likes sugar, so there are a couple of tablespoons of sugar added in the dough mixture. And then also yeast likes kind of warm temperatures, and it takes less for the bread to kind of, you know, increase its volume and get really fluffy. So room temperature, or kind of even warmer temperature. Sometimes I use the oven to proof my dough, and so sugar and warm temperature, that's what yeast likes. And makes wonders when we want to bake, and that's one of my favorite things. So, getting me a sip of coffee here. Okay, so there is the oven, it's ready. Okay, so I'm going to put it on the lower rack, and we're going to set the timer for 20 minutes first. Alright, so I set the timer for 10 minutes at first because we do need to rotate the pans just to make sure that we bake things evenly. My oven does have a hot spot, so we gotta make sure that we switch the pans so that we don't over brown one part and then the other one doesn't get the nice color. So Miss Allie, you've got 7 gifts already for your birthday. Okay, let me read. Oh my gosh, you're also getting a birthday breakfast and some more things. Oh my goodness, you are a princess. So very exciting that you're gonna have a wonderful birthday. I would like to see pictures though of how you celebrated. Do you have a special outfit picked for your birthday party? I'm not sure what my daughter's birthday party is going to look like this year. The past few years it has been dinosaurs, but recently she has kind of found a new favorite thing, which is close to dinosaurs. It's dragons, so she might be asking for a dragon birthday party. I gotta see, you know, a dragon birthday cake, dragon decorations, you know, some kind of outfit in the same theme. So I gotta get prepared now. Gotta start thinking about it now. The only thing that I have made, I've made her dragon wings. Ooh, rainbow. Whoa. Okay. All right. Sounds really good. Yes, dinosaurs, Miss Olivia. So I want to say that. Okay, so her first birthday party was dinosaurs. And maybe one of her birthday parties was a Minnie Mouse birthday party, but all of her other birthday parties in the past have been dinosaurs. Dinosaur balloons. Oh, we even had a dinosaur piñata last year. So dinosaur piñata, dinosaur balloons, all kinds of other dinosaur decorations.
I made some arms and legs.
Okay, so let me show you what your favorite chef Juliana has been making. She has made a flying dragon.
I accidentally made a mess, but I threw all the yucky sticky tape in the trash.
You did. That's really good. Okay, so when we
and I'm about to put this.
We gotta clean up, right?
And I'm about to put the sticky tape away and put the tape and scissors away.
Okay, good. But this is a flying dragon.
And I made it for a puppet show.
It's a puppet, a finger puppet flying dragon. Okay, so you guys can see the wings, and here are the eyes and the nose, right? I can see the nostrils there, and here's the tail, and here are the arms and legs. Very good, Juliana. Great job.
Because dragons are green.
Dragons are green, yes. But you knew dragons are all different colors. Yeah, her newest dragons are blue, and there's a gray one, and there's green, and what is the Triceratops dragon? Kind of orange brown.
Orange.
Yes, orange brown. So there you had the black one too.
I'm gonna go clean up.
Okay, go clean up. Thank you. While I'm cooking here, she's working on projects, and it's great. I love when she is doing things. It's just kind of like our least favorite part is cleaning up afterwards. So I'm actually excited that she, not only that she's doing her project, but she's cleaning up too. So, all right, guys, we've got a couple more minutes left on the mixture, right? The Sloppy Joe mix. Let's see, we've got 6 more minutes before we have to rotate the pans. Okay, so the rolls are going to be ready just a few minutes after we get the Sloppy Joe mix ready. So kind of like enough time for it to cool off. Yes, Rich, it wasn't that a cute dragon, so hopefully she kind of elaborates on it. Sometimes she draws, what do they have, scales, or you know, she makes like fire come out of their mouth or things like that. So you know, it's fun to see you guys creative and color and draw. I saw some posts from the art lesson with Miss Ane a few days ago. You guys painted some
told
beautiful.
You can make a dragon out of paper.
Like a vase with flowers. That was so beautiful. So you guys have made lanterns with Miss Ellie and like other things. Yes, you're making dragons. Yes, so
I made it exactly for me.
Yes,
and I made a little paper book for Sammy.
You made a paper book for Sammy? For summer. Yes. Okay. Great job. Okay.
And is it H-E-R?
H-E-R for her?
Summer?
Summer. S-U-M-M-E-R.
I did E-R.
You did E-R. Okay. All right, Juliana. Mama's almost finished, okay?
I love Sloppy Joe.
You love Sloppy Joe. Juliana loves Sloppy Joe, so she is ready. She can't wait. So
I've tried it at school. That was my first time.
Yeah, you've had it at school, so that's great. That's an easy lunch.
And it
Maybe like
awesome.
Yes, maybe we can make Sloppy Joes at school soon. Hopefully, that would be something fun. I think we've made them before one time, and we added more vegetables to it. I think we added some zucchini and I want to say carrots. I have to look up the recipe, but we've made kind of very vegetable.
Sloppy Joe?
You know what? I think I've only tried them one time when we made them at school. But when Mama went to school, we never tried Sloppy Joes. Okay, how are you gonna? Will you for me, please?
I'm gonna sit in the TV.
Okay, you wanna?
And watch TV down here.
Okay, you can relax on the couch. She's gonna relax on the couch, waiting for the Sloppy Joes to get ready. So. All right, let's see. Almost time to turn the pans around. Okay, I'm not going to show you how things look quite yet with the dinner rolls because they have to be fully cooked. Anytime that we open the oven or we take them out, it kind of, stops the cooking process, interrupts the cooking process. So, so we do have to kind of, let them cook on their own. I do get curious a lot of times when I'm baking and I want to see how things are looking, and it's a good thing that we have the oven light on. That way you can kind of see without opening the door and doing that. So I'm gonna look, absolutely. So okay, Miss Olivia, your birthday is around the corner too. All right, sounds great. And are you having a special birthday? I hope you are with your family. Yes, Richie, it would be amazing to have a Sloppy Joe right now. So even though I see some sun out and it's kind of warm, I do like these things all year round, like chili and soups and Sloppy Joes, even though it's kind of like comfort food, for when it's colder, right? But
I'm excited because I want to eat soup.
Yes, Juliana is excited. So, okay, so
like
you like them, yes. So one thing that we have not added to this recipe is sugar. A lot of times, especially when we cook with tomatoes, tomatoes could be a little acidic.
Mommy, the dragon looks a little bit like a bird because the tail.
Yeah, the tail and the wings, right?
Because the tail didn't fit like a triangle.
Yeah. So I will taste it. I will taste the mix first before I decide whether we need to add some sugar to it. I do. So Juliana does not like sweets a lot. So if I'm making this for her, that I might just add just a pinch or probably not at all. So okay, all right guys, so it's been 10 minutes or so. I'm going to turn off the pressure cooker.
Even
okay?
It has a mouth to eat.
Yes, your dragon does have a mouth to eat, yes.
And it also just eats.
Yes, it does.
It eats little crap.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we turn it off, okay, and then remember, because we use the pressure cooker option, we do have to release the steam out. So as we said the other day on Wednesday, I'm going to slide the valve on either side, and of course stay away from it.
Can I do my snuggie tail?
You could do your snuggie tail, yes. Hi Randy, how is it going? Your birthday, June. Oh my gosh, like does everybody have their birthdays in the next couple of weeks? It looks like it. So Randy, are you gonna go to El Noa for your birthday? Is this place open? Have you gone by it to see? I'm curious. Okay, all right, so releasing the steam, okay? There you go. You can see it. We have a geyser in the kitchen with sloppy joes. Okay, so it's gonna take a moment, right? All the steam needs to come out. Otherwise, it's not safe for us to be opening that. Okay, so here's the timer. That's 10 minutes. I'm gonna rotate the pans and then set 10 more minutes on the bread rolls. Alright, so the steam is getting out of the pot, and then I set the timer for 10 more minutes on the dinner rolls. Okay, so we'll check again if we don't think that they're ready yet. So we kind of have to judge by the color on top. So if we see like a nice golden color, then that would be good. If not, we'll probably give them at most 5 minutes. Okay, so Miss Allie, you are going to Costa Vida. That sounds like a kind of Latin cuisine. What is it? I've never heard of this place, but if you're going there, it must be good. So, do you have a favorite dish there? Where is this place? Costa Vida. Costa Vida. That sounds very intriguing. Almost like a place where you can go on vacation, like a resort, right?
Hotels are open.
Hotels are open? Yeah, some hotels are open.
Maybe on Wednesday you can go to a hotel.
Taking a sip of coffee. Okay, alright guys, so I think the steam is out, and I'm going to now twist the lid, okay? So that sound that you hear is the lid being open, okay? So there's a lot of steam and hot water in the lid, so I'm gonna just flip it up like that, and you guys can see all the moisture in here. And then we're going to take a look at our sloppy joe mixture. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna give it a good stir. Okay. I'm gonna taste it. I want to see how we did with the seasonings. I'm not going to add any more tomato sauce. This looks perfectly moist.
It smells so good.
Can you smell it over there on the couch?
Yeah,
yes?
I want to eat the garlic bread.
You do? Okay, alright, so let me taste really quickly. I'm going to taste really quickly. Sloppy joes. Oh my gosh, we did so good, guys. Okay, I'll tell you what, I don't think that it needs anything else. I'm not gonna add any more black pepper, salt. We're done with the seasonings, and I'm not even gonna add any sweetness to it. I think the original seasoning was just enough. Okay, all right. And
I love my pepper
yes,
dragon.
you do. It's a great pepper dragon. And I'm gonna go ahead and add, right, the sauteed peppers and onions. Okay. All right, stir this really well. Look at that. Okay, so that would help the peppers and onions kind of warm up again, right? Okay. Perfect. All right, guys. So the only thing that we need right now is just the dinner rolls to get ready and nap. And nap time. Yes. Okay. All right, guys. So hopefully you guys can see it. Okay, I'm gonna remove the spoon. Okay, you guys can see the beautiful coating with the tomato sauce and just how like nice these vegetables look. The ground turkey mixture, it's really soft. That's what we needed. We needed something moist and soft. We didn't want anything that was dry, right? And just kind of big chunks. So I think we did really good. This is a 2 thumbs up recipe. I highly recommend it. So I am gonna put these things away, right? Because we said we're done with the seasonings. Okay. Putting away the Italian seasoning. It was kind of unusual to add Italian seasoning to this recipe, but I'll tell you what, the flavors are just amazing. I think Italian seasonings are a combination of oregano and thyme and probably something else in there, just a combination of spices, and that's always a winner. So putting this back. Alright, I'm going to check on the dinner rolls really quickly and also the time.
Super hungry. I'm waiting.
Juliana is waiting on the couch for lunch, so she's very excited. Okay,
I'm just
right
super
back.
hungry.
Alright guys, the dinner rolls probably need maybe about 5 to 10 more minutes, so
Can I set the timer for you?
yeah, you did set it, yeah. So unfortunately at this time I'll have to show you how they look at a later time. So for today we made the sloppy joes. I hope you guys make them at home soon. Send me some pictures please. And for next week, because it's Memorial Day on Monday, I will not see you on Monday, but I will see you on Wednesday and Friday. So Wednesday we're making low-carb donuts, and then on Friday we're making a really yummy lunch with roasted salmon and a warm lentil salad. So have a happy Memorial Day, have a fun weekend,
Mama,
and I will see you soon. I
Sapphire's
miss you,
playing
I
with
love
my
you.
puppet dragon. Sapphire's